This is the Unleash Your Purpose podcast.
Another great leader in our church gave us a book called No Perfect Parent. Changed our lives on just how we view our kids. I think it's Dave and Ann Wilson, I think is who wrote it. But there's 4 phases. So you have the discipline stage, which is 1 to 5, right? So you're disciplining, teaching them. And then you have the, let me make sure I get them right. Discipline, coaching, training phase. There you go. Training phase. So training phase 5 to 12, which is usually school age, right?
Yeah.
So from kindergarten to usually junior high.
Okay.
And we have plans, I told you this, to send our kid to high school. Okay. And the reason why we're doing that is because that phase, 12 and to 18, is the coaching phase. And then 18 and older is the friendship stage.
Okay.
So our kids right now are in the training stage.
Yeah.
So we are very intentional about, okay, if we want to train our kids in the way they should go, I think at least for us, once again, I'm just speaking for us as a family, the one thing we thought about, if this is that perfect stage, why would we send them out to be trained?
Yeah.
When
I want to mess them up. I don't want you to mess them up. Let me mess them up.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes. So
at least I'm going to mess them up with our values and what we want to be about.
Exactly. So, and that's something that I heard a quote about homeschooling. It was so good. I don't remember who said it that day, but they said, you can't send your kids to Caesar and expect them not to come back as Romans. I was like, ooh, that was powerful. Very, very powerful. So if I want to be the Caesar, I want them to come back as the Romans that I want them to be, right?
Yeah.
So that's why we homeschool. It's been going amazing. It's not for everyone, though. That's the thing. I'm not somebody that's just totally against.
So what is your role as a dad and all of that?
Just come home. I'm just kidding.
I'm sure it's great. I'm at work all day.
I have longer work hours because of homeschool. I'm just kidding. No, my role, especially when because I have 4 boys.
Yeah, you got to keep it structured.
My role is for one, to encourage my wife. Yeah. Because it is tough days. You know, you stay home with kids. That's a hard day. And 2, also my boys. Like we do what we called man code. So teaching my boys how to be men, man. Like I have a 12-year-old and an 8-year-old, which doesn't seem old, but you know, you don't have my 12-year-old. I got 6 years left, and he's going into the coaching phase. Like he's gone. So I make sure as the father to set that that standard of what they should be like at home, and then even outside the house. Yeah. Like my son going into junior high, I'm going to have him with me more.
That's right.
Just to kind of show him what it looks like to be a man. Because it's not easy to be a man. We know that's right. It's tough.
And you have to, be intentional with that. And then teaching boys that life's not all about you.
Oh, yeah. Correct.
You're there to serve.
Yeah. And I want to see him fail too, man.
Yeah.
Failure is great.
That's right.
I know we look at it in such a negative context, but failure is what helps you grow. So I want to see them do that a little bit too. Yeah. Which would be good. See how they react.
I have this wrestling because I really am like, we're at kind of this crossroads of like we have to decide how we're going to chunk out our time. And if these kids are our most valuable resource and the thing that God has placed in our life to steward and take care of, then they need to get the best.
For sure.
So, and I think they can have it at a school. We left public school to go to a private Christian school, and we love it. And but then now, even for my kids, I want them to learn entrepreneurial skills, social skills.
Correct.
And like for even this morning, when one of my boys is walking by, he needs to learn that you greet someone every morning.
Yes.
Hey, good morning. You don't just walk by.
Very true.
He maybe has been raised in foster care, but you have to learn. You have to learn these skills.
But they have to be taught that too, though, right?
Yes,
like you're saying.
And it doesn't just happen.
It doesn't just happen. That's why it's a training phase. You're training them what you want to do.
Exactly. And I need to train them up. Like I want my boys to teach them how to start a small business.
Correct.
And learn how to make money. Yeah. I was on a workshop with a bunch of dads who are starting to kind of think this way. And they have a 10-year-old daughter who has started a sneaker company where she flips sneakers.
Oh, I love it. I'm a sneakerhead.
You are.
I love sneakers. Very smart.
She bought and resold in her first year, made $100,000.
So smart.
So like
nothing wrong with. I love it.
Like learning that skill.
That's the new age too. If I gotta be honest, like that's the world we live in today. There's so many opportunities out there.
So we need to teach. And like I
gotta foster it a little bit though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like even now we're finally getting our eggs from our chickens. We're like, all right, you're going to go sell these eggs.
Yeah.
Like, how much does it cost? Now we're going to go resell them. But now, I mean,
but that
sneakers
teaches a lot more than we think, though. Doing that kind of stuff
totally does.
Going door to door, talking to people, because now you gotta have personal skills.
Yep.
Gotta know how to speak to someone, look them in the eyes. Like those are all things that you don't see very often nowadays.
Yeah.
So that's something that I think is very important for kids to learn.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
And you and I were involved in, like, you were involved in a public school teacher. Your kids were in public school.
Yeah.
I actually served on a school board for years. And it was a great experience. But I think as time has went on, you notice that the culture maybe doesn't align with
for sure
what you want for your kids.
And that's the reality of me and my wife getting on the same page, because I knew, being in the public school system and teaching, there's amazing teachers there, but there's still curriculum they have to teach, unfortunately, right? It's part of their job. It's not that they have control over that. Yes, they can teach it a different way, but there's a certain way they have to, or a certain curriculum they have to go by. So it's out of their control. And that's what we realize as a family of, there may be amazing teachers that do it, but at a certain point, you know, they only have so much control. It's the state, it's the government, it's beyond our eyes can see. So that's what I'm saying. As a family, you just have to figure out what's best for you.
Yeah.
Because I think all of them can be great, but just for us as a family personally, we thought homeschool was best for us.
And now you're in first year experiment.
Yeah.
First year, second year, we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. No, I think this is our thing. We're not moving from it.
This is a thing. Like, I always was like, are we going to get weird? Are we going to get homeschool weird?
Yeah, no. Yeah. Our kids are so social.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
No.
Our kids are, that's the thing though. If you think about today's age, they're so social.
Yeah.
They're always talking to someone.
Yeah.
And yeah, we plan, like I said, to send them to high school.
Yeah.
That's our plan. We want to send them to high school, send them out into the world.
Okay.
But once again, we think by that age,
right,
hopefully we would have did, at least as parents, let's go back on us now, right? Hopefully us as parents did a good job training them. That way when they go into that phase, it's more of just coaching. They're going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
But now we build that relationship where they can be truthful to us, be honest, and go out, and live life, man.
Right.
So,
and for us, we love the idea of having these opportunities to have some flexibility with our kids.
Yes. Oh.
Like, I mean, you can learn
huge.
Like, so much of the time in school is just wasted.
Yeah.
In getting in line, waiting for a transition, when a kid could probably get the whole day's schoolwork done in 3 hours. Then I can have them focus on a project of learning, coming with me and
for sure
doing a business.
Or
learning those skills.
Yeah, that's the one great thing. When we go out of town, we can, if my wife still wants to do school with them or create the curriculum to surround where we're going, if we're going to the ocean, do like a unit on that. Yeah. Works out great. So it's a lot of, there's pros and cons to it, but that's definitely a pro. When you travel, you can kind of adjust. Hey, we're going to do school in California. That's going to be great.
That's right. We even my wife said, like, we have this ministry that we support in India, and we've always wanted to go there. And we're like, dude, let's go to India for a month. And I mean, it's a little crazy, right? But you could teach.
Correct. Do it anywhere.
You could teach that anywhere. And these kids are going to learn way more about culture and life, living it out there.
Yeah. Hands on, right?
Oh,
doing
yeah.
it. Yes, I believe in that too.
Thanks for joining us for the Unleash Your Purpose podcast. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review. We'll see you next week.